I'm about to be on. Been on this mission since I first left home. Packed up my bags like I'm grown. Told myself to show myself to do no wrong.
Okay, YouTube, what's up? My name is Galen, and this is Galen's Guide. Just want to thank you so much for joining my channel today. If you have not already, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It will definitely mean a lot to me. So today, as you can see, I have the Poco X3 NFC. I actually picked this up in around November. I picked this up because I believe this was one of the best budget phones of 2020, and even in 2021, going into 2021, there hasn't been like that much action in the budget phone category. So I definitely think this is still one of the best options to pick up as a budget phone. This retails for around $200 usually. I got it on a pretty good sale on a site called Banggood, but I do not suggest that because the shipping on it was absolutely terrible. This experience was really bad. I had ordered it in the middle of November, and I'm just now getting it today, so I wouldn't recommend that. It does. There are resellers that offer Amazon Prime with this, so you'll get it a lot faster on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description. There are two models, the 64 and the 128. I got the 128. I do plan on using this to create a lot of content. And let's see, I'm just going to go over a few of the key specs now. So this phone, it has a 6.67 inch display. It is an LCD panel. It goes up to 1080p. It does have a main 64 megapixel camera, as well as other cameras. The ultra wide angle camera is 13 megapixels. The macro camera is 2 megapixels, and the depth camera is 2 megapixels as well. It does shoot up to 4K in terms of video, and on the front it shoots up to 1080p on the selfie camera. The selfie camera is a 20 megapixel camera. And also this phone is made of plastic on the back. The front is made of Gorilla Glass 5, which is pretty solid. It has an aluminum frame to give it a little bit of a premium feel. It is running Android 10 out of the box. It is running Xiaomi's MIUI 12 software. And what I think separates this phone and what makes it such a good bargain is the processor that it uses. It uses the Snapdragon 732G, which a lot of phones at this price do not use. And even usually phones that are $100 to $200 more than this use that 732G. Even Google's Pixel 4a uses only the 730, so this is more powerful than that in terms of processing power. It does have a SD card slot, which I find very useful. I store a lot of music on SD cards. It does have a headphone jack and stereo speakers as well. It does have a fingerprint sensor on the side. It has a 5,160 milliamp hour battery, and there is a 33 watt charging brick in here. Xiaomi advertises that this block will charge 62% in 30 minutes, and it will charge your phone completely in 65 minutes. It does have a cobalt blue color and a shadow gray color. I got the shadow gray, so I'm just going to go over the box now. As you can see, there's your Poco branding. Again, Poco is a sister company of Xiaomi. This is actually one of the first phones that they pushed out by themselves, so Poco is doing its own thing now. On the side, it just says Poco X3 NFC with easy access to Google apps you need the most. It says the same thing on the other side, and the back is just the Poco yellow. I really like the packaging of this, the all black and then the yellow accents, and then the bottom, it just has the phone and what is included in here, but you guys will see that. So I'm gonna unbox this now. I already took the plastic off, haven't touched anything else. Okay, so it looks like you are greeted with a little case. Really like the presentation on this. Okay, on the front, that is your SIM ejection tool. Okay, here's just your usual instruction manuals and everything. Here's your warranty card, and then here's a Poco user guide. Comes in multiple languages. Okay, let's see the quality of this case that came in the box. Okay, so yeah, it feels like a pretty nice case. It is just clear. It's going to highlight the color of this. Again, I got the shadow gray. You'll see that in a second. The inside is a little texture. Big spot for the camera. Looks like it has ports for everything. The speakers and the USB Type-C charging spot and the headphone jack. So it's really great that they included this in the case. A lot of companies, they included this case in the package. A lot of companies don't do that. Okay, so now to the big boy. Okay, so this is pretty heavy. I really like the size of this. I'm a huge fan of big phones, so let's see. I'm just going to stick that to the side a little bit. Let's see what's on the wrapper. Again, it's powered by the Snapdragon 732G. It's a 120 hertz screen, 64 megapixel main camera, and then it tells you the battery size again. Okay, so now to the, I'm not going to do the phone yet. Let's see what else came in here. Okay, here's your USB Type-C charging cable. Oh, wrong side. There you go. You can see that's USB Type-C. There's a little red accent on the inside. And this actually came with a European brick by default because this is not like primarily sold in the United States. But Banggood actually sent a converter with it, so just plug that in there and you can go like that. Not sure if other companies will do that, but like I said, Banggood did send that adapter with it. So back to the phone. It's a little sticker on the back. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this is the shadow gray color. I really like that. So you can see there's a little bit of Poco branding on there. I really like how it shimmers. It's a little iridescent type color on the Poco branding. Okay, it's a pretty nice size. I'm gonna compare it to my OnePlus 7 Pro in a minute. Yeah, it's a huge 6.67 inch screen. I do believe it's like wider than my OnePlus 7 Pro, so the aspect ratio is probably different. And here is the, okay, that's the power button right here. And these are the volume rockers. There's a microphone up top, speaker grill right there. There's nothing on the left side except for the SIM card and SD card spot. No buttons. It's a pretty thick camera bump on there. I kind of like the design of the camera though. I don't know how I feel about the Poco branding at all, but I'm probably going to cover that with a case. And then there's your USB Type-C spot and the 3.5mm headphone jack spot. Your other speaker grill and another microphone. So yeah, I'm going to power this on, see if there's any juice in there. I'm actually pushing the volume button. Okay, so you can see your Poco branding. Powered by Android. Again, this is running MIUI, which is Xiaomi software. Haven't really played with like a super skin version of Android in a while because I have a OnePlus 7 Pro and that's basically stock Android. So yeah, let's see. Gonna set this up now. I'm gonna pause this and set this up. See you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so I'm in the setup process right now and I'm almost done, and I saw something like really important, so I'm just gonna click done for now. Okay, and I'm gonna show you something. Okay, so right here, here are just like a few additional settings. As you can see, it asks if you want it to allow them to access your location, which is fine. User experience program, I turned that off. And then the send diagnostic data, automatically I turned that off. I do want to receive my system updates. But right here, personalized ads. So this is one of the major reasons why a lot of Chinese manufacturers and cell phones are cheaper because they put a lot of ads in their phones. So I'm just gonna turn this off to see how effective that is in terms of the ads and bloatware that end up on this device. A lot of people do complain about Xiaomi phones or Poco phones having a lot of ads, so I'm just gonna turn that off and then get back with you once I have everything set up. Okay, guys, so I just set everything up, and so far so good with this phone. I'm just gonna show you how fast the fingerprint sensor works. As you can see, it's pretty fast. I only set up my thumb so far. So yeah, and another thing I noticed, there are a lot of apps pre-installed on here, as you can see. So Facebook, lots of games. There's a shopping app, LinkedIn, AliExpress, a shopping app. Just not a fan of that. I just wish it came like any other like stock Android device with just like your normal Google apps. But this did come with a lot of bloatware that I will have to uninstall to like save space and performance. Now I'm gonna go to settings just so I can show you how much space all of this bloatware took. Go to about phone, and as you can see, 20.7 gigabytes of storage. That's a lot. That's a sixth of like the whole phone. So it's a decent amount of data. The MIUI launcher, it's pretty nice, and the scrolling speed you could definitely tell with a 120 hertz display. But some things I do like about the MIUI launcher is that it is categorized. That's one of the reasons that I use Smart Launcher 5, because it has automatic sorting. And then it does have Google Feed, which is one of the most important things that I look for personally in a launcher. I love Google Feed. I use it for a lot of research and different things like that. Let's see how the notifications look. The notifications don't really look bad in MIUI. I'm just going to go to the settings really quickly just to show you some of the settings that I noticed in terms of display. So you do get different color modes. I'll play with that later and see what my preference is. And then you can change the refresh rate to save battery. You can move down to 60 hertz, or you can stay at 120 hertz for a smoother scrolling experience. You can change the text size and things like that. It does have an always-on display, it looks like. What else did I see? Oh, I wanted to go to, where is it? Additional settings, and then full screen display. I'm not a big fan of the default Android buttons, so I'm going to switch to full screen gestures. Let's learn them. Okay, let's learn them. To go home, do that. I did it. Okay, to open recents. Okay, so it's just like any other app. And to go back, swipe from the right. Okay, you can only do it from the left. Okay, you can do it from the right as well. Okay, so yeah, it's just your basic Android 10, I believe it came in. Yeah, it came in. These full screen gestures came in Android 10, so it's your basic Android 10 gestures. Okay, so yeah, I like that. Yeah, the icons don't really look cartoonish. I always thought MIUI had like cartoonish like icons, but I guess that's a setting that you can change. But these look very like pixely. These do look like more like the stock Android icons. So yeah, so the case on this, the case is pretty nice. As you can see, it's a smudge magnet. You can see with the lighting. It does protect the screen very nicely, but it does not protect the camera that well. I don't know if you can see that, but the camera does stick up over the case that came in with the phone. But I do have a backup case ready for me to unbox and put it on. But yeah, the fingerprint scanner works great. Everything looks smooth. The only thing I'm complaining about so far is the amount of bloatware that is on here. I tried to like go around in like the Me File Manager apps and everything, and just a few of the default Me apps, and I didn't see any ads so far, so that's really nice. Let me just try to run it. Let's just do cleaner. Okay. Finish cleaning. Okay, so there's an ad. Best free games. Yeah, it hasn't been very intrusive to me so far. I haven't seen like any ads pop up when I'm doing anything so far, so that's really nice. I'm actually going to compare this to my OnePlus 7 Pro for a second. Okay, so now a quick comparison of the body of my everyday smartphone, the OnePlus 7 Pro and the Poco X3. I will be doing like a speed test as well in another video, but just wanted to show you guys like how big it is compared to my OnePlus 7 Pro. Both of these are considered 6.67 inch display. I believe they're at different aspect ratios, so that's why the Poco looks a little bigger. The Poco is a little taller. The body of everything is a little taller. You can see it. You can see the display peeking over a little bit there. And they're about the same width. In terms of build quality, the OnePlus does feel like a little heavier just because it has premium materials. The Poco does seem like a little hollow, even though it has a huge 5160 milliamp battery. And then it's a bigger camera spot. And then the iridescent Poco display. I really like that touch that the Poco logo is iridescent. The display on the OnePlus 7 Pro is a lot brighter and more vibrant than that of the Poco X3. Just because this uses a more expensive display technology, it uses OLED, while the Poco saved money and used a LCD screen, which is not a deal breaker in my opinion at all. So yeah, let's see. Anything else? Yeah, that's really it about the display quality. And as you can see, there's no selfie camera on the OnePlus 7 Pro. It's a pop-up camera. And then on the Poco, there is the hole punch. So it's a what I like about it, it sits like really flush in the screen. Like you can't feel this at all. No texture or anything. Like it doesn't feel like a camera at all. It just feels like it's part of the screen, which I really like. I just like that attention to detail. They were able to flush that hole punch in the screen. I don't know if other hole punch cameras are like that on other phones because I've never owned a phone with a hole punch. I went from the LG V40, which had a huge notch, to the OnePlus 7 Pro that didn't have any cut out for the selfie camera on the front. So yeah, that's just my quick comparison. Okay, so the final thing that I'm gonna do in this video is I'm going to take my SIM out of the OnePlus 7 Pro. Let's see, where's the SIM card spot? Okay, the OnePlus 7 Pro SIM card spot is in the bottom. I'm gonna take my SIM card out. I'm gonna see if it works with my Poco X3. As you can see, I just put in my SIM card in my Poco. It looks like right now it has around, let's see, let me focus that. It has like 2 bars in there. Let me just see how fast those 2 bars are. I'm just going to go to the Play Store. No thanks. Let me just download Twitter. See how fast that downloads and loads up. Yeah, this is one thing that I'm curious about, how good the connectivity of the Poco X3 is in the US, because this phone was really not made to be in the US. It was meant in other countries like Europe, India, China. It wasn't really made to be in the US. It is going a little slower than my OnePlus right now, but it's not too slow. I'll update you guys on how good the network performance is on AT&T because that's what I use currently. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about this phone, please leave them in the comments. I will have this, will have my main SIM card in this phone, for a few weeks for a full review. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I am planning on doing more videos with this, such as a speed comparison with the OnePlus 7 Pro, as well as some other videos that I have planned. Thank you for watching.